to the I-80 Club Saturday morning coffee show, Saturday morning Diet Mountain Dew show. Josh Peterson, Jack Mitchell with you as always on this Saturday morning. Jack, what up? How are you?
A big game is here, and you know what that calls for? Not one, but two. Zero sugar Mountain Dew Code Red Cherries.
Oh, wow.
The official drink of Nebraska football. The underground.
Unless you're in the stadium. They're not allowing that stuff in the stadium.
What about this
crap out of here?
Maybe this would be something nice for fans to have. Take a look at that, Nebraska. Do you like money? Do you like money, Aramark? Do you enjoy the taste of sweet money? How about this? You sell this in a large mason jar like this.
Yeah,
you can sell this for $30.
People would think that there's probably alcohol in it,
and there's not, and so it's cheap
for now.
We'll see what happens later.
Yeah, let's see what's going on the post-game show. How's it hitting you? How's it hitting you on this? Is it fall? I always forget, Jack. Does fall start on the 20th, or is that tomorrow? When is fall?
I'd have no idea.
Yeah,
I actually don't know.
Wow, that thing is filling up all the way to
perfect size. Look, you don't think Husker fans would want a big, huge-ass 24-ounce mason jar of Red Death?
Not a bad idea. That's what Michigan might be getting today.
That's right. Jack? This is what it is. This is symbolizing it.
Red Death.
This is what you got coming for you today.
Well, welcome in, everybody. Josh Peterson, Jack Mitchell. If you're hanging out with us for the first time, if you stumbled upon this podcast, this is the Saturday morning coffee show. Jack and I go each and every week. This used to be a 9:30 pod. I think it's just become a 9 o'clock pod because it allows us to finish and get ready for the games at 11 o'clock. If we've made that move, Jack, is it a 9 o'clock pod now? I guess it's a 9 o'clock pod now.
We should never commit to anything, if I'm being honest. So
that's true.
Things always change.
Yep, that's true. Thank you for joining us. A like and a subscribe would be great. Help us grow the I-80 Club. Help pay some bills. Help get Jack air conditioning.
It is hotter than balls. Yeah. I'm already. I tell you, it's a big game because I'm already having
heart palpitations,
nervous sweats. I'm hot. I'm hot everywhere I go. The anxiety is high. Blood pressure is probably high.
Yeah, everything is high right now except for us, except for the vibes. The vibes are high, though. The vibes are high. Like and subscribe. Patreon.com/I80 Club is where you can go for more from us, more from Volleyball State. More. They had a newsletter yesterday. They'll be recording live for their
go ahead. I'm just hot.
Sunday.
It feels so good.
Yeah, that's good. And a whole lot more. And also, if you do that and you join us at the $8 tier, which is our community tier, that is where you can drop us comments, and we will read those comments. You can also hit us up with a super chat here. Jordan writes on our Discord server, is Jack having hot flashes? Jack,
yes, I believe
right now?
I must be. I don't know what it is. It's just, I think it is the importance of the moment. I think my body knows, and it's preparing by expending energy to create heat because I think it's afraid of what I'm going to do. I think it's trying to tire me out. Because my brain is telling my body, it's like, hey, they might win today, okay, body? And we're worried about Jack's, situation, what he'll do, what he's going, because the game itself will provide him approximately 80,000 calories worth of energy.
Oh, right? Wow, interesting. That's a lot of energy.
That's what this wins. Well, it's 8,000 for every year that you don't beat a ranked team is what that is. I think the FDA.
Well, then you need to add a little bit more because it would be 80. Oh, no, it's a decade. I'm sorry. I was thinking of number of games that they have lost against ranked.
So I will have that at my disposal tonight. And so I think the body is trying to just clear off that excess, which is good. I'll probably lose like 15 pounds today, too. So that's awesome.
Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations. Jabs writes, I love the 9 o'clock slot. My wife says infinitely better than 9:30. Wow, the people have spoken, Jack.
Can a half hour be infinitely better?
Well, I know that it allows my wife to watch the whole thing before she goes to work. So I know she likes it for that reason. I'm surprised everybody else likes it at 9 o'clock. I like it for the record. It's nice. I don't feel rushed after we finish before the game starts as I'm uploading things. I'm creating clips, all sorts of stuff for our YouTube channel. D'Lo writes, Nebraska football, they might win today.
Boom.
Jack, they might win
today. Those are the words that have gotten me out of bed for a decade.
They might win today.
But today, Josh.
Oh, it feels a little bit better, doesn't it?
I don't know if I've said this before. You can go back and you can check the tapes. You can check the tapes before USC last year. You can check the tape before, I don't know, pick your game, Michigan State, Michigan in 2021, or Michigan State in 2021. Whatever. Pick the game. Pick the game. Okay. I'd maybe have said it before, but I'll tell you what, I feel different today.
Why?
Don't believe me from the past. Believe me from the present.
But on Wednesday you said don't trust Saturday Jack.
That guy. Did that guy come again? God, I hate that. He is such a effing downer. I can't stand that guy.
He always is. Don't be excited.
He did.
This
you know what?
Wednesday. I am the proper Jack.
He
you
did
need to
not
record a hostage video for yourself where you are talking to yourself on Wednesday, and then you need to talk to your Wednesday self on Saturday.
I have this I think, and I don't remember any of that. I think I have this severance
blackout.
It's a severance thing, during the week. At some point when I wake up on Saturday, I'm at Wednesday. I'm at Lumen Technologies, right? That's Wednesday me. Now I'm real Jack. Okay, this is real me. This is living at my house me, right? And that kind of a thing. So I'm sorry. I don't know what he said. I apologize for what he said. I hope it didn't offend anyone. Who knows?
No slurs. Thankfully.
He's not really racist. He's just not fun.
He's not fun. David writes, the Gollum Schmeagol pod with Jack's personalities is something I'd like to watch. Jack, do you understand that reference?
Not one little bit.
Okay, it's a pretty good reference. I enjoyed the reference. Good job by you, David.
I don't know.
That'd be a really good idea.
Lord of the Rings? Is that a Lord of the Rings thing?
Boom. Look at that. You figured it out.
Tried to read those books when I was a kid. Garbage.
Yeah.
Just garbage.
Whoa.
Yeah,
wow.
No, it's poor writing, in my opinion.
I have a take. Movies better than the books. That's my take, and I'm sticking to it.
The books ruined it for me. I don't even want to know.
D'Lo just posted the Michigan look for today. The white tops and the blue pants. How do we feel about the blue pants with the white tops, Jack?
Is that what they wear every game?
No, sometimes they wear white pants. They also used to wear yellow pants. They got rid of the yellow pants.
Okay, well, that's what I always imagine Michigan looking like. So you guys are wild.
Ben says they look like Toledo. Also, how about this from Husker for MU, who has become very quickly the most debbiest of downers of all of our subscribers? I had a dream Thursday night that we were down 14-0 immediately.
Oh, man. Well, that's good.
Great.
Dreams don't always come true. I'm living proof of that.
Hey, I thought you wanted to talk politics every day in this current climate for the rest of your life.
Hey, look, Keena quit the club, I think, with my Lord of the Rings take. Sorry.
Bye,
listen,
Keena.
Keena, if you want an echo chamber, go to Husker Online. Let's go. Come on.
All right, Jack, you're feeling good. Why are you feeling good? What is it about this game, this matchup, this moment in time, the blue pants from Michigan? Why is today the day? Why is today the day?
Okay, it's multifaceted. So let me, if I may, go through the facets. And I will admit, this is the first. So if we've got my confidence is here, okay?
Okay.
This part of my confidence has always been there. And it's always actually been increasing over the year, which is this can't keep happening. Now, has that worked? No. But that's always a portion. I'd be lying. Think of when you're looking at your iPhone space when you're trying to get an update and how much.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that's like the photos section. Okay. The always, right? And then we've got the apps section, which is the way the games have gone this year. Okay.
Yeah.
The way the games have gone this year. And mostly in that app section are not necessarily the results, what I saw from the position groups, Dylan Raiola, what he did, all of those things. While that's a part of it, still, to me, the bigger thing is I believe the last 4 games, for the first time in eons, have gone in the exact right way for Nebraska to come into this game in a good mental place. And I don't mean a good mental place when the game starts. I mean a good mental place in the fourth quarter. I think they are there now. Based on what happened those last 4 games. We will see if I'm right, But I have believed that. I've said that since the Cincinnati game. I said that after the last two. And I think a lot of it has to do, I think Rule tried to do that, get them in that place last year, and he saw what he did wrong at that point. So I think he's tweaked the way that he's doing it this year. And I think what you saw at halftime of the Akron game is part and parcel of that. Okay? I think he has changed the way he's done it. And I think that I hope that is that's part of it. And then the rest of it is traditional Jack Mitchell. Is Michigan really that good?
This is the first time you've done that this year.
Is Michigan?
That this year.
Are we thinking about a helmet here more than a team? I mean, is this? Listen, I don't see Tim Biakabatua coming through that door.
Wow, what a
Right?
pull! 30 years ago.
I don't see Shoelace coming through that door. I don't see Blake Corum coming through that door. He's on my crappy fantasy team, not doing anything. Anyhow, all of that said, that they lost to Oklahoma. They don't have their coach. And I know by now Michigan hasn't had their coach for like 40% of the games.
They're very used to this. This is they have old hat.
Protocols in place.
Yeah.
Right.
These are Big Ten protocols.
Right. They've got all of these things in place. They know better than any team in history how to play a game without their head coach, which is, so I guess kudos to them. Right.
Yeah.
And then they've got a situation that I'd also like to point out that has not been talked about much yet. And
which is,
I think we talked about it a little bit on your show, and it got me thinking. And I don't remember. I think you brought it up, or maybe John did. But I think the pressure in this game, and you would have never guessed this.
I was going to say, this is a wild take.
I think the pressure in this game is higher on Michigan's side. I believe the clinch factor.
This could be a two-loss team by the time October rolls around, like that their playoff hopes would almost be eliminated this early.
Yes.
Is that why you would say that?
I mean, yeah, because they've got a fan base that is going to be impatient. Like they went through last year and they got the gift of the last two games, right? And by the way, thank goodness for them that they did, because can you imagine, as we talked about yesterday, Josh, had they not beaten Ohio State and come into this game 1-2?
Oh my gosh!
I mean, Sharon Moore would be on the hot seat.
Yeah, well, he wouldn't even be here for it. He'd be on the hot seat at his home, literally sitting on a hot seat.
Right. I mean, I get it. It will be there on Nebraska if things get tight late. It will still be there. I tend to believe that they're going to handle that better than they have in the past. But do not minimize. We have been fans of a team that has got the pressure cooked up so high that you can feel it when the game starts. And Nebraska's played against, see Ohio State last year when the pressure has been turned up so high. And all of a sudden you start like, we're very familiar with that concept. And I assumed going into this, frankly, Josh, as I've thought of this game this year, I've just kind of thought of it. Yeah, that's probably a loss, right? That's probably an L. But now
you're not feeling that way.
Michigan, Vegas isn't feeling that. Well, Vegas is feeling it's about even, right? I mean, I think that's
very much so. It is a 50-50 game. And I had a chance to talk this week on the I-80 football show with Parker Fleming, and he basically said the same thing, that because it's in Lincoln, he gives a slight, teensy-tiny advantage to Nebraska. A slight advantage to Nebraska because it is a 50-50 game.
You never want to be the guy that follows the guy, right?
No.
Sharon Moore's the guy that follows the guy.
He is indeed the guy that's following the guy.
It won't take long. It won't take long.
Yeah, D'Lo says, I just get the feeling most Michigan fans are just waiting more out than hire a bigger name. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely... It just hasn't felt like everything is hunky-dory. But then, look, like you said a couple minutes ago, they beat Ohio State at the end of last year, and it's like, all right, maybe things are going to be just okay. But they did not look very good in the loss to Oklahoma. Granted, an Oklahoma team that for now is looking pretty good. Let's see if this can continue, because they're about to enter into their hellacious stretch where everybody they're playing is ranked in the top 25, right. Josh, including today versus Auburn.
And you talk about the schedule. Michigan fans are playing the schedule. What did we do on Wednesday when we did the show? We played the schedule game, right?
I love the schedule game.
After Nebraska plays Michigan, what are the next 4 games?
Easy.
Michigan fans are doing that too. Have you looked at
Correct.
Michigan's next 4 games?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, hey, you get by this game. Either of these teams, they get by this game, and they're like, oh my gosh. For Nebraska, it's, oh my gosh, it looks pretty nice until USC or at the very least Penn State at the end of the year. For Michigan, it's, oh my gosh, it looks pretty nice going until the Ohio State game literally at the end of the year. And yet the loser of this, I mean, certainly if Michigan is the loser in this, it does change the trajectory in a negative way of what they hoped year 2 would look like under Sharon Moore, what year 1 looks like under Bryce Underwood, et cetera, et cetera. Whereas a loss for Nebraska, as we talked about the other day, Jack, it would kind of be old hat where it's, all right, well, I guess they're kind of the same as they were last year. Let's see if they can finally take advantage of the manageable October schedule.
And I guess the thing I was referring to, they go into in 3 weeks, if they lose this game, they go into USC as a decent underdog in that game.
Yeah, likely. Probably at least a touchdown.
Yeah.
At least a touchdown.
Or if Michigan State beats USC, they go into Michigan State a couple weeks after that as an underdog.
Yeah, perhaps they do. Yeah, for sure.
So I think that might be there a little bit. I think that might be that. And on top of that, you've got a freshman quarterback who there's going to be a little bit of time for him.
I know, man.
There's not going to be a lot.
Well,
there's
Jack,
even more than Dylan.
Yeah, and was it with you yesterday when you were on Unsportsmanlike Conduct and we were talking about how we are that parent who has like a 10-year-old and you're talking to a parent who has a 3-year-old?
Yep,
and that's how we are like with Bryce Underwood. Well, let us tell you, Michigan, we also know what it's like to watch a 5-star quarterback struggle and have ups and downs. You're going to go through some things this year that we all remember from a year ago. And I know, like, it's very condescending because it's not like Michigan hasn't ever had a 5-star quarterback or a true freshman starting before. But it's not going to be perfect this year. And if you're a Nebraska fan, of course, you're hoping it is not perfect today in Lincoln and that the defense is able to confuse him or get after him or cause a turnover or whatever it is because of his freshmanness, like we saw last year for Dylan Raiola against some of the better teams on their schedule.
It's the football equivalent of saying, oh, your baby's not sleeping through the night? Well, let me tell you about that with my kids. And it's going to be bad for a while, but I also know exactly how to handle it. So listen to me. You've got it all wrong.
Mm-hmm. My wife says it's going to be very annoying today if we win, how the storyline will partially become, oh, so Michigan isn't very good versus universally giving us flowers, which, you know what? Like, that might happen, but I say screw them and enjoy the dub and move forward and look at that October schedule and say, oh my gosh. Like, Jack, I jokingly said to John earlier this week, if Nebraska wins this game, Husker fans retroactively are going to have to go back and delete all of their tweets about Indiana last year because suddenly the schedule would be setting up like Indiana's last year, even though everyone's like, oh, they're not good enough. They should make the playoff. Get ready to delete some tweets, folks. Thankfully, my takes from last year would age very well because I argued for Indiana to make the playoff. Not to brag. Shout out to me. Not to brag.
And I loved it. I talked about how much I liked Indiana all year long last year. You can go back and watch the videos.
You love Kurt Signetti.
Love that guy. Love how he schedules. Love his attitude.
Oh, yeah. You love cigarettes?
Love it. Love cigarettes. Yes. Love it all.
Tobacco, huge fan of tobacco. Yeah, it's in all seriousness, it's quite the moment. A couple things, Jack, I want to do to throw out there because I've had some conversations as this week has gone on, and we're in the trust tree right now with the nest, right? Like what I'm about to say, no one is going to spread anywhere else. We'll just keep this amongst ourselves. Like
basically no one watching. So yeah.
I mean, I guess if you want to text your like uncle some information. So we talked with Austin Meek on my radio show. And he covers Michigan for The Athletic. And one of the things we talked about was special teams. Because Michigan's special teams have taken a little bit of a step back this year. They've had trouble fielding punts. Their kicker, who was awesome last year, has already missed 2 kicks, including one early in the Michigan game. And Nebraska, of course, we're wondering, are their special teams really this good now? And I think today is going to be a day where we can find out. I think, Jack, that I know that Nebraska thinks that they are going to be able to have an advantage on special teams. I think for years we have been talking about Nebraska special teams in a game like this. Husker for MU says, please give me a muffed punt. We've been talking about special teams, Jack, in a game like this and saying, can you just not screw up? Can you not make that mistake that costs you a football game? I think in this game, it is time to wonder, Can Nebraska make a play that swings the game positively? I am viewing this as a potential net positive game for Nebraska special teams. And that's not just about making kicks. That's not just about punting the ball and pinning them inside of the top or inside the 5 or the 10 or whatever. I think it is about a game-breaking turnover or return. And I think Nebraska thinks that they are going to be able to do that against the Wolverines today.
It's okay. It's interesting you say it because that focuses me on exactly one spot on when Michigan's punting to Nebraska. For me, because I thought Nebraska went really, really hard after the block against Houston Christian. Mm-hmm. And frankly, they've gotten close on 2 or 3 this year to blocking it. And also a couple of times impressively didn't get roughing the kicker calls and still like their block has looked. Cincinnati, I think they had one too that got kind of close to being blocked. Mm-hmm. And in fact, I was crabby after the Cincinnati game a little bit because I thought they went so hard for the block. I thought they went so hard for the block that I thought they didn't give Barney. They should have been giving Barney a chance to return to get guys back there, to give him some room because he had no room to catch anything against Cincinnati. And then he had a decent amount against Akron in those games. And so I wonder if they're thinking return or block on punts because it sounds to me like they're thinking one of those two.
Yeah, I would imagine that they think that they can get some pressure, but I think in particular, I think they think Archie can cause something weird to happen. I think they think Archie moving around is going to cause something weird to happen.
Well, they're already, I believe,
because they're struggling returning punts this year.
They're almost last in the nation in punt returns.
That was here. Let me see if I can find the exact quote real fast. But that is something that Michigan has actively struggled with so far. Like Jack, when you're reading an article about a team and the article mentions special teams, like. I don't know, or like to that degree, like a return, like, yeah, the guy is struggling. Like that tells me that this is like a huge problem because like, if you're just doing kind of the cursory glances around the country at all sorts of teams, I don't think you're always going to find that. Here it is. So this was from the Michigan 24/7 writer. He joined Brian Christopherson to talk about it. He says freshman wide receiver Andrew Marsh has handled kick returns and he fumbled one earlier this season while Samaj Morgan flashes on punt returns. If he can catch the ball cleanly, another persistent issue. Yeah. So like that's something to watch for in this game. That's Josh, something to watch for in this game.
Oh, your son's having problems potty training? Oh, I've been there. That's the worst. It can be tough. Hard. And I can tell you about going through that. I've been there. Been through the battles. Glad I'm done with that.
Punt return issues, muffing punts, fumbling. That I remember when little Johnny was doing the same thing.
Yeah, I do.
About Santino Panico. Mark said, when was the last time Nebraska had a punt return for a touchdown? 2014. I always forget, Jack. They had one with JD, right? Didn't JD Spielman have one, or did he just have kick returns for touchdowns? I thought he had one against South Alabama.
Is that what it was, South Alabama? I always think of like Abdullah against like Fresno State, right? That's one I think of.
That was a kick return.
Oh, it was a kick. Okay.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's
I guess
JD
it would have been DPE before that. Yeah. DPE.
Yeah. I think it's JD Spielman in 2019. And then, there have been some punt returns as well. JD Spielman had a kickoff return against Arkansas State in 2017. So either way, it's been like over 5 years.
By the way, like I will tell you this, I feel wildly confident. Ja'Cory Barney, I don't know if it's this game, but before the end of the season is over, Ja'Cory Barney's taking one to the house.
Yes.
On a punt return. I mean, I have no doubt. I think that would be like minus 250 odds. Yes, on that. So
yeah, I think so. So I think that's like Jack, if you're talking about edges, and not you edging, but if you're talking about edges, Nebraska football could have against Michigan, I would start with special teams. Which when is the last time we said that in a big football game that Nebraska could have an edge on special teams? I think this is where the Mike Eckler era really can kind of kick into high gear in terms of flipping the field and making plays in special teams that could allow Nebraska to win a big football game. I think we can really see the impact of Mike Eckler in this matchup today.
And here's the other, while we're talking about things that could be an edge, we'll get to the reality of the other parts of it soon here. But I mean, if things go well, like there's a chance that Michigan can't pass, and that Michigan is not just doesn't have much of a passing game. And if, what was I listening to you on? God, I love your programming outside of this. It was.
I
Was
do
it
on
with
sportsmanlike
Schaefer?
conduct. That was,
No. It wasn't. It was.
Oh,
with
is it the
Schaefer.
Hypecast?
Yeah, it was the Hypecast, and you guys used the term either exotic blitzes or exotic pressures or whatever so many times. Here's the I don't know if this is the edge segment yet or not, but if Nebraska develops a pass rush that can get home,
yeah,
and if they get a lead in this game, I mean, like, there's a chance Michigan isn't going to be able to pass. There's a chance Michigan. I mean, if you want to talk about the best case scenario for Nebraska, it's that start. Michigan doesn't have a passing game. It's a fast start, and Michigan doesn't have.
And Michigan has to throw. Yeah. Yeah, that's like Jack.
The matchup is there. That's the best matchup possible.
If Michigan wins the toss and they defer, like, there's a world where it could end up being like the best thing possible for Nebraska. And I know that this is probably unrealistic, where Nebraska gets a stop, scores again, and suddenly it's 14-0. But like it would just go so well if they are able to put Michigan in passing situations. If Michigan is forced to throw the football, but to do that, they have to be able to stop the run. They have to be able to stop Justice Haynes from getting loose and running, for many, many yards at a time. They have to be able to do that in this game. They have to.
Yeah. Well, in a tight game it's going to be a lot harder to do that going deep. And yeah, I mean, that's the best case scenario, of course. I'm just saying the most likely best case scenario is that Michigan can't pass because of, Nebraska's defensive backfield. I mean, like, look at yes, I know who they played. The statistics are stupid, though.
Yeah, what are we thinking Bryce Underwood throws for today?
I mean,
he's gonna get over 100 yards, right? Like, there's not a world where he is under 100.
I would assume so. I mean, and he's played one really good teams and two, group of 5 teams.
Yeah, he does like bombing the ball, Jack. He's going to be a man after your own heart, where he's going to try to chuck it deep a few times in this game. He's very much going to try to chuck it deep.
I trust the defensive backfield in a way. I trust them.
Skurzo 4, our D-line are the new tiny baby buffs, though. Oh, no. Jack is the defensive line, the tiny baby buffs.
Right. And will that be a problem in the running game, or will that be of a benefit in the pass rush game? That's the question.
Yeah. Jordan says, I'm more afraid of their running game, and they just control the game. Yeah, I mean, it is.
Well, yeah, of course I am. I wouldn't say, okay, just to be clear, I wouldn't. Yes, everyone's more. You're 100% of people agree with that.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm more afraid
of the should we use this to talk about the coach of the game? Should we get to our coach of the game segment right now?
Great idea. Idea.
Perfect. Because then we can get into the edging segment. But it's Terry Braden. Terry Braden is the most important coach in this game because of all of the things that we have been talking about. Nebraska has to be able to stop the run. They have to be able to get pressure. Like, Jack, if we in 12 hours, when we are an hour-ish into our post-game show, if we're talking about, Michigan was able to run the football, and wow, the Haynes broke through, and he had 150 rushing yards, and they were protecting Underwood. Like, I think that the story that we are going to tell in that moment is not a story that anybody wants to hear. Like, we have been doing this now for 3 weeks. A couple of weeks ago, we looked at what did we look at? Barthel, because we wanted them to not rush Emmett Johnson a lot. Last week, we looked at Matt Rule because keeping the team focused. I would say of all of the weeks, this was easily the easiest pick that we have had in this segment so far.
The focus will be on this defensive line. The focus will also be, Josh, I also like Braden because kind of the personnel that he decides to use against the defensive line. How big does he try and get at the defensive line? Is this a pet shot game, right? Or do you keep or do you kind of keep those athletic ends out there? Those guys who look like basketball players, the Nwaneri and the McCulloughs of the world, right? That's going to be interesting. Or do you beef up and you get Judy in there at a defensive end and play him along with Van Poppel? I think personnel is an issue. I think the way that those guys play, I mean, how that defensive, you could argue how that defensive line plays is going to dictate how successful this defense is today. That is the biggest. There's the most pressure on that group. this morning, or this afternoon. So that's why I think Terry Braden's definitely the guy for this. Coach of the week, Bod.Coach.
Bod.Coach of the week. Go to Bod.Coach/IID Club. You can get 10% off. Jack, I know that you've been really digging this over the last few weeks.
It's very cool. It'll basically give you a coach, not a real person, but that will be texting you, sending you texts. If you want them to try and motivate you, you can do that, which is cool. Or if you're just like, hey, I want to start working out and I don't know what to do. And maybe you go to a gym, maybe you have stuff at home, maybe you got nothing at home and all you got is body weights. Whatever you have and whatever your needs are, it will design workouts for you. It will schedule them for you. It'll help you find out what to do to try and accomplish those goals. And I think there's so many people who've been trying to want to start working out, but they're like, I just don't know what to do. Or I go to the gym and I'm embarrassed because I don't know what to do.
Many times.
And this is it's basically like having a guide there, but nobody knows that you have that guide there helping you through the whole thing and keep track of stuff too, right? See your progress. So it's such a cool product. And so if you're interested, check it out, bodcoach.com/IID Club. We get 10% off for our IID Club members or people who are watching right now.
That is absolutely awesome. So go there today. We still have the Saturday flight to come in a few minutes. But, Jack, one of the promises that we made to our subscribers before the year was the weekly Jack edging segment of the show.
Have we done this before?
We haven't. And so this is the first time, and this could be quite the day. And, one of the things that we didn't mention as we got going is that we do have a post-game show coming up tonight. I am on duty on Big Red Overreaction on 1620 The Zone, and that show will end around 8. So I will get home, and we will get going. The tentative plan is 8:30 tonight for After Nebraska Football. We would love to have you join us right here on the I-80 Club YouTube channel as we recap everything. But, Jack, we want to get to tonight, and we want you to be in the absolute best spirits possible. We have said for years on this pod, man, can you imagine what it would be like if they were actually able to pull off one of these wins? Describe it to me, Jack. Describe what today could be like for all of us.
If after the win, afterwards, the feel afterwards, you mean?
You could do the whole day.
Well, I told you what the game looks like if it's going well. You the two things we talked about already, right?
Yeah.
Nebraska blocks an early punt. And Nebraska blocks an early punt on the first drive and puts it in, and it's 7-0 before people have got to the South Stadium seats, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then Michigan, goes down, does get a field goal, runs it a little bit, but Nebraska then gets a touchdown on their next drive, and all of a sudden that stadium is up for grabs, Colorado style. And all of a sudden, you've got a true freshman quarterback in there who has some pressure on him and has a pass rush that's teeing off on him. And all of a sudden, every time through the game, keep looking up at that clock. Oh, Nebraska added a field goal. Oh, clock it. I don't know. Trying some deep passes, forcing some. Oh, there's an interception. Oh boy. And then all of a sudden, you realize they're not going to be able to do it with with this kind of an offense, right? And Nebraska ends up winning it 24-6.
Oh my gosh.
24-6.
That's like the 2025 equivalent of 52-7 against Colorado.
24-6. And the fans do not storm the field. I would like to point out the fans do not storm the field.
Gen
Actually, the
Z
students,
out
never
on
mind.
Storming the field. Gen Z does, right?
They stormed it for Wisconsin. The student section will empty onto the field for the content. For the
Shout
content.
out Gen Z.
And
look at me, I'm on TikTok.
And then all of a sudden you turn on the next game, right? It's 2:30, right? You're having a celebratory drink of your choice, whatever it is. All of a sudden you're like, wait, who am I cheering for in this to get the best playoff scenario?
Oh my gosh.
What will this do for seeding? What? And then you're watching the college football final, right? or the Big Ten final, whatever show you watch, or you're online watching.
You're watching after Nebraska football on the
But I mean later. Well, we're not going to do that.
Jack.
Yes, you are watching that, and that'll be crazy. Yes. But all of a sudden,
I just want to make sure we're all watching us.
All of a sudden, they put latest Heisman odds.
Oh, hello.
Oh, wait.
Hey, do you recognize that name there?
Do you know that? Is he related to the Detroit Lions guy?
Thank you, Detroit Free Press.
Wow, Dylan Raiola is on the Heisman leaders list.
Hello.
After throwing for, I don't know, 230 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Hello.
Interesting.
Fascinating.
Weird.
Yeah.
Weird. Oh, there's a bye week. Oh, it's Sunday morning. I want to read.
I want everything.
I want to read every article written by any member of the Nebraska media, professional, amateur. Anything.
I'm reading every blog. I'm listening to every podcast, whether or not they're entertaining. I'm listening to all of them. Jack. Whether or not their thumbnails are garbage, I'm watching and I'm listening to every single thing that is available out there.
I'm trying to watch the NFL on Sunday, and I've got Husker 24/7 podcast in this year and Husker Online in this year. And it's like I got both at the same time because I can't get enough information about this whole situation. And then you're going into a bye week. And then next weekend, if you don't already have a wedding you're going to, like I do, you have an entire day of stress-free college football games where you care about how this game goes, right? And then you're leading up to a Michigan State coming in to Lincoln, and a game that is going to be all of a sudden, whoa, this is a weird amount of energy around it. Whoa. Whoa, people can't wait to get it. People want tickets again. I got people asking me for tickets.
Yeah, hey, do you have tickets? Hey, do you have tickets?
Hey, do you know anybody
has tickets? Can I get some tickets? Hey, can I get some tickets?
I can probably get some at StubHub for $18. Whoa, $73 is the cheapest?
Hello. The get-in price now? You got to spend a lot of money to get into the game?
Oh, baby.
Hello.
And
David writes, Jack will even give Lord of the Rings another chance and finds out it's absolutely delightful. Wow. Jack,
we'll save that for the off season.
This is a world that, that will be our actually new podcast next summer. Will be Jack reads Lord of the Rings and we do weekly pods about it.
And Josh, let me say this other thing about it. The way that the media will talk about it, the national college football media. Maybe you don't care about this. Maybe you do. Okay. But it'll be fun for this reason, because despite the fact that deep down, a lot of us, we don't really like Notre Dame. Yeah, we really don't like Miami. But guess how everyone in the national media starts to feel when, like, ooh, they might they be back? Could that be a good story to talk about?
They start edging.
100%. Pick your team that's come back, right? Miami, Texas, Notre Dame, USC, right? It will change like that in terms. It will change like that with 2 weeks off. And Matt Rule talking about it everywhere.
Yes, he'll be on every pod. Jack, we might even be able to get him on your radio show. He'll be probably.
I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna Keith, if you're watching, I'm gonna reach out. I said this and people thought I was joking on Wednesday. Maybe they didn't. I don't know.
What do you say?
People don't understand.
Yeah, what it
they
would be.
Don't understand what it will be like if they win this game. It will be. I can't even remember to be what it felt like in this situation. It's a place you have.
I was too young.
This program hasn't been here before, and that does not mean, by the way, that every game's a win after that. I'm just telling you, for as long as it lasts, it's going to be a throwback to something that we remember. Maybe from the Bo. There's probably a time from the Bo Pelini era that you might have had this. I don't know. It'd be interesting to kind of look back. Yeah, is it 2010? I don't know, some year where they were unbeaten, and
the last time that everybody was
a bunch of wins and one loss.
Yeah, rowing in the same direction was probably 2010, and then Texas came into town on Red Out Around the World Day, and
that's right.
Hell. But that was probably the last time that everybody felt like we are here, we have arrived. By the way, Riz points out we'll be cheering against all the other number 15 to 25th ranked teams next week. Like, Zach, that world where we're watching,
So
we're
fun.
scoreboard watching every week,
that.
we're rooting against teams every week, we're dreaming, we're imagining, oh my gosh, could USC come into town? Could this be a game day game? Could they be 2 top 15, top 10 teams when Nebraska's doing a blackout for USC at the beginning of November? Is that Penn State game going to be for seeding at the end of November? Is this the year they finally stick it to Iowa?
Yeah.
And beat them and go on into the college football playoff?
And all I'm asking of all of you, and this is for your own mental health as a Husker fan, because it's been rough. I mean, listen, Josh and I basically went through therapy for all of you this summer with the Groin Kick Chronicles.
Correct.
It's been a lot. Like,
yeah, and people would say, wow, you did that for us. You have done this for our sins as Husker fans, and you fixed everything.
I mean, people may be saying that. I'm not going to weigh in, and you don't need your first responders, your military, they're your true heroes. I don't want to be in that area yet.
But we're your secondary heroes.
Yeah, if you want to say that. But like, if they do it, and I'll tell you this tonight again.
Okay.
If they do it, take a break and be happy.
Yeah.
Don't, if some things went wrong, like this will happen tonight, Josh, and it will drive me insane if they win. You'll get a caller tonight on that show.
You're already getting pre-triggered.
That was it. It's I can't believe these people are out there. It'll still happen.
Such a happy world, and now you're getting mad again.
I'm just encouraging people. Like, even if you don't think they're going to go unbeaten, even if you think the other shoe's going to drop at some point, you've got 2 weeks to not. Don't tell yourself that.
Yeah,
it might happen, but don't tell yourself that. Get ready. This is why football got fun for me. This is why football was so. This is why I am the way I am. Right? I was like, I don't really want to end up like you, Jack, but like this is why I fell in love with this team and why I have insisted on continuing to be a fan throughout this time, because it pays dividends when things go well. It is fun as balls. And there are a bunch of people
that don't know that world
under the age of, I don't know, Josh, if 2010 was the last time that happened, you had to be born, I don't know, in at least the 2000s.
I was going to say you had to be at about 10 years old. Yeah. So anybody born after like 01, 02, they just have no recollection of any of that. No recollection of any of that.
Born at least in the 90s, I think, to
sad.
Really feel that sort of hope and optimism, like true hope and optimism, like big time hope and optimism. Like, hey, this is a possibility here, right? Things are way better than I even expected they could be. So, yeah, let's enjoy it tonight if we get that opportunity, and if not, better luck next time.
A couple comments real fast, Jack, before we get to the Saturday flight. Brendan says, seriously, if we get good, you guys should dine out on fixing it with the Groin Kick Chronicles. Have no fear. We will do that for the rest of our lives.
You don't worry. Don't worry about. Listen.
We'll be yelling it from the mountaintops forever. That will be our finest achievement as broadcasters.
I am the Michael Jordan of taking credit for things that I shouldn't.
And we will do it forever. Also, Jab says, if Nebraska wins, Jack, victory DJ session tonight. People are asking. I saw the DJ Jack channel has been bumped multiple times over the last 24 hours. People are begging for it. They're saying, sir, tears in their eyes. Could you do a DJ set tomorrow night if Nebraska wins? Well, they'll have to find out in about 12 hours or so.
We'll see what the mood. We'll see what the mood is tonight. But I told you what I think it's going to feel like if they win. Listen, no matter what. Gosh. No matter what happens, I will be on one of the far ends of the continuum of emotion.
Yeah.
Far ends of the continuum of emotion. I'll be there tonight for the show. So
yeah, it'll be our best post-game show of all time, perhaps even surpassing the Nebraska Creighton post-game show that you did slightly buzzed back in November last year when we were having a great time.
Oh yeah, I think we'll be. I don't know. Do I still have another champagne upstairs? I don't know. I'll have to check if we
have to break it out. All right, Jack, let's talk about the other games that we will be watching today. It is time for the Saturday flight, and this is the segment where we let you know about all of the games that you should be watching over the course of this Saturday morning and afternoon. Jack, it begins in a little over an hour. Texas Tech at Utah. How jacked are you for this game? I'm jacked.
That's a pretty good game. It's a weird that it's a conference game, but it's a
very weird.
It's a good team with teams that aren't usually in big games. To some Utah is to some degree, but
yeah, but definitely not Texas Tech. This is a huge game for this program,
and it feels like it's kind of a contrast in. Even though they're geographically pretty close, it's sort of a contrast in styles and personalities too.
Yep, for sure. Texas Tech, all the money they've spent this offseason. Utah trying to reclaim some of their glory from just a few years gone by. Should be an interesting one. That one coming up in a little over an hour. Other games in the early window, Arkansas, Memphis on ABC. Jack, Maryland at Wisconsin. There's a lot of folks looking at this game saying, is this the beginning of the end for Fickle? Like, I know his buyout is massive, but Jack, if they don't win this game, I just don't know what games they are going to win this year.
What a great lead into the Nebraska game. That
would be, really is.
If the Turtles can do it, that would be great.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that'd be pretty funny. Clemson is no longer a ranked team. They do not have a number next to their name. Syracuse comes to town. That crowd could be interesting. Dude, did you see the Dabo presser the other day? Like, things are getting bad down there, man.
Also, is Syracuse trying to play every orange team in college football?
I hadn't thought about that.
They've really had an orange-heavy schedule this year. And if I were them, I'd be like, why didn't we add Oklahoma State? What were we thinking?
Yeah. Let's see. Other games, SMU at TCU on ESPN2, UAB at Tennessee. The pickings are slim, Jack, in the early window. UNLV at Miami of Ohio as well on ESPNU. So those are the games we'll be watching. I will have Texas Tech, Utah on the main TV, and then I'll have Maryland, Wisconsin on one of the other TVs, and I'll go from there. Those are the most interesting ones. Of course, in the 2:30 window, I'm
doing the extended version.
Good times. That is good times.
I need like a heavy metal. Oh my gosh, version of that would be great. Do we have like a local band who could do that? I would.
Not a bad idea. That. Not a bad idea. That's Nebraska, Michigan, by the way. That was the CBS theme for anyone who was trying to figure out what the hell we were doing. That's what's coming up at 2:30, of course. It'll be a great time. Auburn and Oklahoma, same window. I'm so bummed, Jack, that this game is in the same window because I'm very curious about this football game.
You are?
You're not?
Oklahoma's, I mean, not that much, no. I mean, I don't know. Okay. I'm just kind of taken back by that. Not that. I think Oklahoma's going to win, but,
interesting.
Auburn's fake.
Wow, interesting. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm excited about that game. Jack's not. What about Purdue at Notre Dame? You excited about that game, Jack?
Can't wait. I might not even watch the Nebraska game.
I kind of think Purdue, I don't know, man. I kind of think they might keep it close.
It's another situation. It's another situation like Wisconsin where if things would not be great at the beginning, you're going to lose that crowd.
God, that'd be awesome. North Carolina at UCF on Fox. Wow, that could be interesting.
That's the levels. There are layers and layers of fascination on that one. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say.
Tulane at Ole Miss. I like Tulane to cover this one, Jack. It's a large spread. Ole Miss has LSU coming up next. Could be a look-ahead spot. Give me Tulane to cover.
Tulane, yeah, they often. It seems like these teams play a lot. Tulane.
It does. It seems like they play like.
And then it's always like everyone's upset pick.
Yeah, it really is. So watch, Ole Miss will roll. It's so weird that the Civil War is on Big Ten Network. I still am not used to these things. Washington playing late night games on BTN, the Civil War on BTN, Oregon State at Oregon. It could be disaster written all over it.
I am ready for Oregon to play someone. It's time.
Okay, well, they play Penn State next week, and you'll be at a wedding, so you're going to miss it. That sucks. That sucks for you.
It'll be all right. It'll probably
I'll be on my couch.
We'll be all right.
NC State at Duke on ESPN2. To the night window we go. Illinois at Indiana.
Yes.
Go Hoosiers, Jack. Go Hoosiers.
God, you're the worst. That's so predictable. God. Bert, I'm riding with Bert on this one. Let's do it, Bert.
Friend of the I-80 Club, Noah Eagle on the call, Jack. How about that? A guest of the I-80 football show will be announcing this one.
That's true. That's a great podcast. But here's what I love about this game, because if Bert does it, he's going to be a jerk about it. And
he'll talk a lot of shit.
I love that. I love that about him. I am very excited for that.
Yeah, he will talk a lot of noise. Other games tonight, the game day game today is Florida at Miami, which is just so funny. Miami is going to roll, in my opinion. Jack, remember when conference realignment happened and I said, the Apple Cup, the Apple Cup,
You cried on the air about the Apple Cup. prematurely. I can't believe you cried.
And now it's back, and it's in Washington State tonight.
You got Josh. You've got what you want. Appointment television for Josh. He was like, "I'll miss this forever," and then you get it. And so I imagine you're having friends over. I imagine.
Well, I have to do overreaction and then a post-game show with you.
Oh God! I assumed you were working. I'm surprised you didn't say I'm out. Apple Cup night.
Sorry, boss. I can't do overreaction tonight. I have to watch.
Everyone knows Josh loves this, and
I do love the Apple Cup.
Again, as you can see, it's the essence of college football right here for us. Thank goodness.
Arizona State at Baylor on Fox. South Carolina, huge underdog at Missouri. It seems like Lenore Sellers is going to play in this game.
Oh, is he now?
South Carolina. Yeah, that's what I saw yesterday, but maybe I'm wrong.
Okay. That's why it's been I stayed away that any pick'ems I did.
Yeah. West Virginia at Kansas, Boise State at Air Force also, and then into the sickos window we will be on, of course, but also Wyoming at Colorado on ESPN. What a weird game that is. The sicko of all sickos game, Jack, is Michigan State at USC kicking off at 10 o'clock Central Time. 10 o'clock Central Time. I will not make it to the end of that game. I miss young me. Jack, when I was young, I used to stay up late. I used to watch football until 2 a.m. I used to find a crappy stream for Hawaii, and now I'm thinking I'll be in bed by 11:15 at the latest.
If Nebraska
I don't like what I've become. I don't like the person that I have become.
If Nebraska loses, I won't see that. If Nebraska wins, I will see you late at night watching that one. I'll be up
probably
at Michigan
doing a
State,
DJ
USD.
set.
Oh, yeah, maybe doing that. We'll see.
UTSA at Colorado State on FS1. Cal at San Diego State on CBS Sports. Spectrum Sportsnet, whatever the hell that is, has Fresno State at Hawaii. And as I mentioned, I-80 Club YouTube channel after Nebraska football. Jack, we will be on there for that one, and we are very, very, very excited.
But also, you've got a late-night Husker volleyball game tonight as well.
A late-night Husker volleyball game. And also, speaking of volleyball, they will have a brand-new Volleyball State tomorrow. For subscribers, 7 o'clock is when that show records each and every week. So we would love to have you join us at patreon.com/I80 Club if you would like to watch along with that one. Ben will have his Big Ten breakdown coming up on Monday morning. We'll have a Before the Witching Hour tomorrow as well, Jack, with Matt McMaster and myself. We just have all sorts of podcasts, but it all, of course, leads up to tonight. After Nebraska football, my wife made fun of me earlier for saying we'll be on at 8:30. Come on, CBS. Let's not have a ton of commercials. Let's get the game done at 6. Let's get the postgame show done at 8. Let's get me home, making my old-fashioned, and then you and I starting at 8:30.
Make sure you're flexible with that time, everyone.
Yeah.
It might be closer to 9.
It probably will be closer now. I also got to figure out my dinner situation tonight, Jack. That's like the worst part about doing overreaction for a 2:30 game.
Don't you just have like crap in your fridge you can just eat? Like, don't you just I don't know.
We have some leftovers.
Yeah,
we have some leftovers.
I don't know. Make a sandwich. Yeah. Do you have like a candlelight dinner every night? What is your
I'm trying to, Jack, my goal is to get home and immediately do the show with you. So I don't want to cook anything.
Yeah. Okay.
Are we asking my wife to maybe make me some? Is that what we're doing? We're asking Riz to
No, that's not at all.
Are you saying get in the kitchen?
Good
woman?
God. No,
Jesus,
not at all.
Jack.
Listen, I have anyone of anyone who does
Unreal.
99% of the food in my house. But on the other hand, if I have to eat something, there's a million. I'll just find some. I don't know, whatever.
Wow, I can't believe you're saying this. I'm trying to get home, and I'm trying to provide great post-game podcasting with you, and you're like, go in and cook a 3-course meal. I don't have time for this.
Not at all.
Don't have time for this. Ben writes, have you guys talked about the issues with our run defense? We have a couple of times, Jack, as we get ready to finish up. Any final thoughts on the run defense for Nebraska?
Well, there's two facets of it too, right? It's primarily been exploited through quarterback run when it happened, and that was against Cincinnati. But generally the run, Houston Christian popped a long run. Houston Christian had, I think, 9 yards of rushing at halftime.
Yeah, that was also in the second half when the shutout, we were just wondering if the shutout was going to happen.
Yeah, so, I guess I haven't – I assume we're talking about what happened with Sorsby, because that's the only place they really showed.
Everybody is concerned because Brendan Sorsby ran for a lot of yards a few weeks ago, and now Bryce Underwood is a more mobile quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how Nebraska's run defense does when Michigan pounds more traditional, tailback running up the middle. I don't know. Nebraska hasn't really seen that to some degree.
That's a great point. You're right.
So, I mean, I don't know what to expect from that. Yes. Am I worried about Underwood being slippery? Not on designed runs, on plays that break down? Absolutely. It's absolutely. Yes.
Ben writes, Nebraska, yeah, I agree. We're probably going to lose. Ben has been so pessimistic all week long about Nebraska in this game.
People, it's just defense mechanisms.
Hey, here's something we've barely talked about today, and we've mentioned it a bunch. I think Dylan's going to have his finest game as a Husker. When you take into account the opponent and the importance of the game and what he is going to do, I think he is going to have a nice day. I think Dane Key is going to have a nice day. Also, Jack, because of the pressure, I think Emmett Johnson is going to have a nice day out of the backfield. I think that he is going to have some nice, important catches to move the chains, to allow for Nebraska not to get sacked, et cetera, et cetera. So I think those are my three players on offense that I am kind of most bullish on. I think Dylan, good day. I think Emmett Johnson, good day. Maybe not rushing, but receiving. Dane Key. Those are the guys that I think are going to have nice afternoons.
Husker Frem, you pointed out Walker also he said 7 yards of carry, which he did, but I mean, it was 7 for 53, and there was one longer run that it would have been more. I don't know. I still don't feel like I've seen a good sample of that.
Alex says, what's the score predictions? I went 30-28 Skurs. What did you do, Jack? What was your score
24-21. Nebraska.
24-21. So you're pretty much right at the number. Yeah, and I went a little bit higher. On the total today. I think both offenses are going to be able to move the ball against both defenses.
By the way, Michigan's also missed a chip shot field goal this year.
Yeah.
So when we talked about special teams, we didn't mention that. Keep
that
in mind.
Huss says no cover, Josh. No, that would be a cover. Nebraska's a dog, right? Has the line moved? Is Nebraska a favorite now in this game, Jack? I didn't think that they were. I'll go check real fast.
I haven't seen that.
No, Nebraska's still plus 1.5. So, yeah, I got Nebraska covering. I got Nebraska on the frickin' money line, baby. The wrong team is favored, as Lee Sterling would say. The wrong team is favored.
But I will tell you this, and I'll end on this. Like, while I feel different, more hopeful, I certainly do. I think there's also not an outcome that would – I don't know that there's an outcome that would shock me. I don't know there's an outcome that would shock me. We'll see if I say that this afternoon after it's over. But, I mean, there's not one that I can think of right now. Unless
that means that you would not be shocked by a Michigan State blowout, and I don't think I would be either. But, God, that would make for a depressing night.
And that would
make arguing, yelling at people, threatening to quit the club. Like, it would be bad, Jack. We don't want that. I do not want to threaten to quit the club tonight, but I might have to.
Be nice in the game chat. Be nice in the. I might have to.
True.
Don't be mean in the game chat.
Brendan says lightning delay would shock me. Okay.
The rain's supposed to taper off by about 10 o'clock.
Say that, because that is how I end up not doing Big Red Overreaction where it ends at 8 o'clock.
I think we're all done.
We're good. It's going to be sunny. It's going to be great. Alex says 28-0 at the half. Do we get a halftime show? We do not, because I will be driving to the radio station. I wish we could, but I will be driving. Though, I guess, Jack, if they're up 28-0, you know what? Maybe we could do the halftime show, and then I will just leave during the third quarter. I just don't want to miss any of the. I don't want to miss any of the game. I don't want to miss any of the game.
I think my mom.
Whoa! Clint just posted ESPN Bet. They have Nebraska as the favorite right now. Hello, Jack. Woohoo! Wow, interesting.
Is that changing other places?
Well, yeah, I was looking at the FanDuel line, and that had Nebraska plus 1.5.
Weird.
That's very interesting. It's very interesting. All right, that is the end of the Saturday morning coffee
There's no
show.
rain on the radar, by the way. No rain.
Let's go, baby. We're back. Link Dome lives. People are saying the Link Dome. I'm saying it. Jack didn't say it, but I'm going to say it. Link Dome. Reminder, after Nebraska football, sometime tonight, hopefully 8:30. We'll be on for 90 minutes. We'll be giving you all of our thoughts from the day that was. We'll be watching along to Illinois and Indiana, amongst other games, and we'll be giving you all of our takes on Nebraska football tonight. So we hope to see you there. And a reminder that we'll have 2 pods tomorrow before the witching hour. In the morning, we'll have Volleyball State at night. There will be a Big Ten breakdown coming up on Monday. We'll have the I-80 football show next week, et cetera, et cetera. Jack, we do so many things, so many podcasts, so many things.
If you're not a member, follow us on Twitter to figure out exactly when the show will be, or Josh and I individually. If it's changing, we'll give updates there.
So. Yes, we will. And so be on the lookout for that. The link is actually already available. So here's what I would do, Jack. I would go to the I-80 Club YouTube channel, which is where you are currently at literally right now. Subscribe to it. And then if you go and scroll on the main page, there is an upcoming live stream. And it is the postgame show tonight. Just click notify me, and you will get the notification tonight when we go live on your phone, on your computer, whatever it is, in your inbox. And then you will not miss a single second. Look at that, Jack. You just pressed a button here on the StreamYard. I'm proud of you. Look at you. Look at you. I remember when I did that. This is like the parent thing that we did earlier. All right. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Thanks for making the Saturday morning coffee show a lot of fun. Patreon.com/I80 Club if you want everything we have to offer. He's Jack. I'm Josh. We'll talk to you tonight. Enjoy the game, everybody. See ya.